Hey guys, what's up? I'm Greg. I hope you guys are ready to unpack and get into some good conversations today.
And I'm Jess, and this is our podcast, Baggage Claim. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Baggage Claim. This is Jessica's very first time on the podcast, I think. So, hey, if you're new to Baggage Claim, welcome. This is a place where we try to put stuff together. We try to create some community and conversation.
We do try.
We try. We're doing the best we can. But if you got Baggage Claim home, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Grab your favorite drink, whatever that may be. Depends on probably what your day's been. Mm-hmm. And just pull up to the table with us and jump into some conversation as we get started today in Baggage Claim. So I want to, before we get too far in it, I want to just thank our sponsors for today and our sponsors and the sponsors are Baggage Claim. So we are sponsoring ourselves through this
Thanking
episode.
ourselves today.
The only sponsors
Yes,
is us.
The only one is us. And so as
Baggage
a sponsor,
Claim brought to you by Baggage Claim.
and we would like to ask you, Baggage Claim would like to ask you to go to unpacktogether.com, take the audit. It's on the main page there. Take that. It's free. Hopefully you find it helpful. Baggage Claim would really appreciate it if you would do that. And just want to say thank you to our sponsors again for giving us the opportunity to do
Because we
this.
see you out there. We see the downloads. We see that we have many, 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 many listeners. But we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Like, that would be really cool.
Well, if you take the audit, you're going to, I mean, it's all kind of anonymous other than your name and an email.
Yeah.
But you get results back. It's very, very helpful. Jump on our socials, follow us on socials. We're trying to post stuff, trying to engage with you guys. Reels from this. If you want to see us, actually watch us, you can go to YouTube and check out the channel and actually see this show live and in action. Or as much, I was trying to watch what I said there. But anyway.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So tonight we're talking about this. The idea or the concept comes from, we were talking about one of this picture, like a black and white picture, and it was like an ink block picture, and you look at it, and when you see this picture, you tend to see different things when you look at it. And so you would see something different than I would.
Yeah.
And then they have some that are called stereograms,
Yes.
which are just like a bunch of moving lines and a bunch of stuff, and you look at it. If you stare at it long enough and look away, you'll actually see something hidden in there. So we were just talking about it, and I was like, I think those are so cool that our minds would see those. Like, and we're going to post some of these on our socials that are
Yes.
just kind of fun to do and go, hey, what do you see or what does your spouse see? Because we had one a minute ago. You said, I see a vase, and I was like, I see two faces staring at each
vase?
other. Or vase.
It's vase.
It's a vase. Well, when do you say vase?
When
I
it's formal.
don't.
When it's normal?
When it's formal.
Formal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Anyway.
nice party. It's a vase.
I'm a very,
If it's
I'm
on
a
the
very
kitchen
formal
table,
guy,
it's a vase.
so
That's so true.
I am very formal. When
So you
people
can
think of me,
see-
they think formal.
You
Not
could see
naturally.
a vase,
Yes.
or on the flip side, you could see two faces. But before we get too far into that,
But no, the idea behind all of that is that our marriages are basically the same way. When we look at those, one couple you may see something or an issue or a problem, or you may see something in the marriage one way, and the other person sees that same thing. They see something completely different. And so this is something that I don't care if you're a blended family, if you're a married couple, or if you're just in a relationship, this is something that you deal with constantly on a day-to-day basis. So it's not something that's kind of new or out there. Like if you're in a relationship, you've dealt with this.
yeah, totally. Well, even in a family, like you and I and all of our children, we could look at a picture and we could all, 6 of us, 9, I mean, we're our family's growing. Like all of us could see something different.
Yeah,
Doesn't
when you
matter
look
if it's
at
a
our
marriage or
boys, you
not.
see these sweet little angels.
Oh,
I just
man.
see little manipulators that are just saying and doing whatever they need to do.
And they're
to get
two
what
peas in a
need out
pod,
of
but
you.
they could not be any more different than night and day. Our girls too. But,
Yeah.
you know, we could all, like I said, all of us could look at a situation or a team at work. Like it's just according to how you see it.
So today we're going to, or tonight, maybe today, I'm not sure. Windows are closing here. We're going to try to lay out 3 points, 3 ideas around this concept of looking and seeing the good in something, or seeing maybe not even just the good, but maybe seeing the truth in it. Like, what is the truth? Because so many times we always want to search for, like, well, this is how I feel. This is how it makes me feel. This is what I see. This is how it is. But what's the truth in that? And how do we unpack that? And what does that look like? So before I get too far down the road, because I was going to jump right into it.
Question time.
Miranda, that's you, Miranda. You're just laying over there. Literally, Miranda's laying over there, her head back, rubbing her belly.
It was a big
Watching
dinner.
us.
Go eat chili.
It was a big dinner.
Yes, it's
was
like
a big
Miranda's
dinner.
turn to speak, and she's over there rubbing her belly in La La Land or something. It's like,
Okay, Miranda, take it away.
Okay. How many raccoons? I can't read this. How many raccoons could you defeat before they realize that you are a threat?
when we say defeat, can we put some parameters? Like, what does that mean?
Make them back off.
I thought it meant.
See, no, I feel like when you're talking about
don't
defeat,
wanna-
you have to neutralize it. Like, you got to neutralize the threat.
Yeah, till they realize, no, we can't win.
Okay, till they run away.
Yeah.
Or
I
they
don't be like
retreat.
till you kill them.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'd say a solid like 5
You think 5
before they
raccoons?
realize.
That's, man.
I mean, all you got to do is like
Okay,
roundhouse
well-
kick a couple of them to the face,
You say
kick them
that.
back 10 feet.
There's a raccoon that lives in the woods here at our
What's his
house.
name?
Ricky.
His
Ricky,
name's
that's right.
Ricky.
If you
We
are,
fed Ricky before.
well, okay,
Yeah,
since we're
I fed Ricky.
referencing, we'll show you. We have a portrait of Ricky here in the podcast studio.
He's a very distinguished,
He's a distinguished gentleman.
He is.
a large guy, and our garage is not enclosed. It's more
It's
like
carport.
a carport because our
Yes.
front part of our house is built in the 50s, so it's very carport. We use it as another like outside hanging out area, and we were all out there one evening, and I was very close to the half wall where we feed our cat Piper, and all of a sudden, literally.
AKA Seconds as a Ricky feeding station.
Yeah. So I was sitting there maybe, 2 feet from the wall.
Yeah, you're probably 3.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Super close. Ricky crawls up there and sits down on his little hind feet with his human hands.
Now
and
we're all out there listening to music. We're having a drink. Some
And
of
he
us
just
are
owns the
having,
place.
huh?
Man.
And he just owns the place.
Yeah,
We have,
like the
like-
music's on, lights are on.
Yeah, we have
it's-
like party lights out there.
Yeah, it wasn't like we were sitting in the dark.
No.
Like he just walked up right in the middle of the party.
Picks up 2 handfuls of cat food and just looks at us like, what?
Well, he
While
just
eating
eats. Yeah, he's
Yes.
eating, and then he there was a bowl of water that for Piper. He rinses his hands off in the water and then eats more. And he's just hanging out looking at it. Like he's big.
He's
Like
a big
I went
guy.
out one time and I yelled at him, opened the door, and was like, Ricky. And he
Drops
literally
the bowl.
and literally stops and looks at me, like takes a step toward me. And I was like, oh, wait a minute.
He's like
bro,
bucking
wait.
up. He's like, what
Yeah.
you doing? This is
Yeah.
my food.
Yeah, he's just like, you want some? And I was like, no, I'm good, man. Like I literally stepped back inside the door. So
So for Greg, the answer is none.
I think one. I think one
I
would
think
be.
one. Like, I won't go toe to toe with Ricky because
Well, it
I've
depends.
seen
Like, do
him
you
bow
have
up.
a-
He's got
a
2 little
defense
buddies that always
weapon?
hang
He
out
does.
with
He
him.
has 2 new friends.
Oh, I've not met his new friends.
Yeah, well,
They're smaller. They're way
smaller
smaller.
and they're scared still.
Are they
but
his kids?
I don't know. They
I
could
don't
be. It could be his
know.
stepkids.
could
so-
be. Could be.
We'll have to see.
So, I might could take on Ricky and one of his partners, maybe.
Yeah, I would think 2 at the most.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty smart.
See, if I had a method of defense, may it be a baseball bat, a 2x4, like I feel like I could handle myself pretty well. You
Well,
know,
we didn't
before they
even
realize they're a
say,
threat.
can you have
hit
a?
Oh,
Oh,
sorry. This is, you know when I said we're just trying to figure out what we're doing here?
Still, we're 68 episodes in.
68, and we just ran out of storage on our phone, which we're recording with. Hey, hand it to me.
that's cool.
I'll
It's
delete
fine.
some stuff.
Look at that.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, so
Hey, yo.
let's keep talking.
So yeah, but we didn't talk about if you could have weapons. There was no specifications.
That's true.
It's just could you defeat?
I mean, I feel like I could kick out a few raccoons to make them back off.
I could take Ricky and a partner.
Now, I'm not saying I wouldn't get like scratched up or hurt, but I could still, I
Yeah,
could still kick a
so-
few.
You think so?
I feel like I could. I mean, a raccoon's like a little cat, a big cat rather, not a little cat, a big cat.
With 10 fingers and 10 toes. Like they have like people hands.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they're
That
very,
changes it though.
Well, they're
You
pretty
think it
smart.
does? I mean, it's not like they're coming at you with a Glock. Like,
No, but they have 10 fingers and 10 toes, and they have claws, they have sharp teeth. Like, and
yeah,
they're,
but if your foot is directly in their chest and they're being sent back like 15 feet,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'd like to think. I will say I have never taken on like a herd of raccoons before. So I don't.
are they rabid? Do they have rabies? That was not
Ooh,
specified.
if it is a herd of raccoons
either.
attacking, I would probably hide because I don't want rabies.
I would want to defeat 0.
Nobody wants rabies.
Myth for all my Office fans out there: 3 people every year die from rabies. Fact: 4 people every year die from rabies.
Let's try it again.
So,
Oh my
if
gosh.
they have rabies,
Oh yeah,
So here we are.
here we are.
We've lost
are
video partway through.
you're recording the wrong way, Miranda. She's over here taking a selfie of herself.
Just watching Miranda right now. Man, this is our life.
It really
Like
is.
we're not one of those high
This is why we are our own sponsors.
This is why we're our own sponsors right now.
If you would love to be a part of this podcast,
To make this better?
and sponsor us.
We can actually get cameras.
Yeah,
Right?
we need to get an actual camera.
Yeah.
All right,
All right, we're good.
let's
to
try
go.
this again now.
A+ job for Miranda.
Woo.
Woohoo! All right, well, this. I feel like this is like that backyard wrestling. I don't know if you ever used to see that back in the day. This
No.
is before y'all's
No.
time. They
I
used to
cannot
have
say that I
backyard
have.
wrestling. Like people just set up a ring in their backyard and they would videotape, and you could get VHS tapes of them wrestling in the
That
backyard.
sounds awesome.
It's pretty interesting. I mean, there's some. Yeah. All right. Anyway, good Lord, let's stay
We are
focused.
so
here.
far.
Here we go.
So, can we talk about if you're out there and you're like, bro, my marriage is perfect. My marriage is great. We got everything together. Everything is hitting on. I would love for you to reach out to us
And come to here
yeah,
to be on the
come
podcast.
sit down and a podcast, and we'll do it through Zoom because
Yeah.
I'd love to hear. But for most of us, even us, we've been at this for a little while. We're still trying to figure this out, and there's times where we hit speed bumps, we hit potholes, and we're just trying to figure it out as we go. And this is one of those things that we run into a lot because there's so many variables that have to do with this going well or not. So let's jump right into our three parts. Do you want to introduce kind of the first one?
There was when we were talking about this earlier, and we like to do some research so we sound smart sometimes.
No. Okay.
I was going to talk about the first point.
I know you are. That's
We do research because we are smart,
yes. That's
not to sound smart.
Maybe I don't want to take it away.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
But we ran across something called flip side reframing. And it was a very interesting way to look at things. Basically, when you're looking at one, like you brought up the stereographs earlier, stereogram or whatever it was called. One person might see what is framed in the dark part, or if you're a photographer like Miranda, you would call that the negative part of the photo, while the other person might see the lighter part and pick out, like if it's a vase in the middle, or if it's a white part you're looking at, or if it's the dark part on the outside, it's two faces looking at each other. You're looking at the same thing, but you might see two totally different things. And that's just kind of the same way with a relationship as well.
What do you mean by that? Help me. What do you?
Okay, so here's a personal example.
Okay.
So, big surprise. Not you personally, but people that know me might describe me as anxious, a worrier, or on the other side of that, that means I really care deeply.
So, but you are. Not to say somebody
am those
would. You
things.
are anxious.
I am
You
those
are a
things.
warrior. Like
Yes.
those aren't things people just say about you. Like
No.
people say I'm a jerk, and I may be from time to time, but like in all reality, like you are anxious
I
about
am.
life. That's a struggle for you.
It is, and worry.
Okay.
Anxious and worry, hand in hand for me.
Okay.
Well,
So-
and I think one thing that when looking at this study that really made a difference for me when reading it was the negative friction that we find in our relationships are usually the counterpart of the positive attraction you have in a person.
Yes.
Okay.
So that if you want to take it light side versus dark side, so for someone who seems stubborn, unyielding, that's a friction that can create negative issues. But on the other end, the positive side of that is they're principled, fiercely dedicated, strong-minded, able to follow through, able to continue. So like for me, even, yes, within a relationship, it's important to understand these differences. But for me, it's like, okay, if I'm sitting here and I know that I like someone who's principled, I like someone who's motivated, strong-willed, able to follow through, able to do these things. Okay, well, that person, the friction, the negative side of that is that person also might be stubborn.
Yeah.
That person also might be unyielding in arguments and debates and how we should do things one way or the other. So
Yeah, there's people like, if you have people like, I love the leadership style. I love that they lead, that they lead our family or they lead those things. Most of the time, leaders are pretty independent.
yeah,
Like they're kind of to themselves a lot. Sometimes they're not. Like when they're to themselves, sometimes you don't know what they're thinking all the time. So I'm not saying they're bad communicators. Sometimes they just don't express those things. But
Sometimes they have a hard time receiving a different point of view or feedback that doesn't always agree with where they're at.
yeah.
correct.
Well, and even just to continue on, like with different, characteristic traits or personalities, if you love someone who's creative, who's relaxed, who's chill, spontaneous, okay, well, the realism is like that person also might be unorganized. That person might not be as clean and tidy in their house as you may want them to be, right? Because it's the same character trait.
It is.
It's just the pros and the cons of that character trait.
Or how it's just lived out.
Yes, exactly. And even going on to what you were saying, someone who cares deeply, who has a nurturing or a very highly observant person in your life, well, that person also might have anxiety.
Let me see what's interesting about all of these, though. And when we say this is the flip side or reframing, I think the reframing is the part that we find ourselves in once we've been in the relationship. Like, initially, we're attracted to those things in someone because you're in that in love stage and everything's perfect. They can do no wrong. Like, oh my gosh, I love these things about them. But then once you're a few years in, or you're into that relationship and everything feels comfortable, then you start looking, you stop seeing those positives and you start seeing the negative side, but you want to take that negative and you want to change that. That becomes the thing that we always want to change in someone is that other side. Well, they're just so messy. Like, I just want them to pick up after themselves. And it's like, but they're also highly creative and they get a lot done, but they've always been messy. Like they've never not been messy. You just now started noticing it.
Yeah.
So it's like and so what we do is we work so hard on looking at that negative side of trying to fix that as opposed to saying, why not? Let's just emphasize the good thing. Like, what does that look like? How do you do that? How do you reframe that thought process when you're in a day-to-day kind of situation?
Well, for me, it's the same person. It's two sides of the same coin.
Correct.
Right? So if you were, and don't get me wrong, like I understand there's frustrations in these negative sides, but the reality is like you got to take the good with the bad or the bad with the good, however you say that.
Either way.
But
I think it's the same, literally.
well, yeah, I mean, that literally proves the point of what we're talking about. Like, if you do find attractive in the person who's creative and who's super chill, who's spontaneous, who's, relaxed all the time, easy to be around, easy go lucky, that kind of person. Well, how are you supposed to love that side of a person, but then get mad at that when they do it the same? They're doing the exact same thing, but just in a different area of life. Because reality is the person themselves aren't changing.
Right.
They're just treating that area of life the same way they do everywhere else.
Right.
So almost to get mad at that is to be mad at the person for being themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because also, too, I think we see the good. We look at couples in the framework of what they do for a living or their job. And they're giving their best to that, but you're not always getting their best.
No.
Like when they come home, they're not their best. And you can't really expect that to be, it's like I can't be on 24/7 all the time.
Yeah.
There has to be some kind of lenience there a little bit to think, because I see Jess, if she goes to work and she's with first graders all day and she's go, 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 and then she's all interacted, then she comes home and is just like, I just want to sit on the couch. I don't really want to talk to anybody.
I just want to be quiet for a
I'm
little
just
while.
like, okay, well.
I used up all my words today.
Yeah, so you can look at those things and be frustrated, but it's like trying to figure out how to reframe that in a way that's helpful, because it is the same person.
Also, at the same time, that doesn't give me a free pass to be like, you said, I've been go, 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 go all day, and I get home and I don't want to talk to anybody. That's not my free pass to be a jerk.
No, but I think we use it as our free pass. I think a lot of us use it as, I've had a hard day at work. It's been stressful. There's a lot going on. And we use that a lot as opposed to just, let's just address the issue and just like, hey, I need some time.
Yeah.
Or it's like, hey, can I have 10 minutes? Can I just get some 10 minutes and just kind of
Those are the days when I'm thankful it takes me a little bit longer to get home. According to what time it is, it's like I need a little bit more time to just decompress, then I'll be ready to go. Just give me a little bit.
Because when your emotions are all heightened and you're all in the situation, it's really, really hard to see the flip side of that. Like it's hard to see that flip side. Your emotions are telling you completely different thoughts and ideas, and then you start going down this rabbit hole and spiraling about they don't even pick up their clothes because they hate me. They don't even want to be here. Why do they even love me?
Yeah.
Like they don't love me. When's the last time they said I love me? And then all of a sudden you're packing your clothes if you're not careful. It's like that's the ridiculous spiral that our mind goes in to just say, no, wait a minute. Like let's figure out what the truth is here, and let's frame around that.
Well, and not to jump the gun, but also at the same time, when we come up to stuff like that, we always, in the negatives, we always assume the worst more than we ever do in the positives.
Which is great that you say that, Michael, because it leads us to point number 2.
Boom.
And point number 2 is the generous assumption rule. I call it the big ass rule.
Oh my!
Because that's usually what it makes out of you.
Hey,
When you assume.
When you make those assumptions. This is one thing that I don't care if you're in a relationship or not. You make general assumptions about everything in life. Like we do it. We have a stupid game that we play sometimes. Like we were just talking about the poor girl at Chili's. She got an order wrong. She made the assumption that we were going to be really upset about it.
Yeah.
And so she was very nervous. And
she might probably been 19, 20, and her little hands were shaking, and she was so worried and just.
And there was a lot of people who would have been upset and mad and frustrated.
Yeah.
And would have been a jerk to this poor little girl who's just trying to do her job. And made a
we're just
mistake.
like, no, I feel like we were just like, I think maybe you just misunderstood what we said. It's okay. What can we do to fix it? Like we worked with her, but she
we made all these assumptions about this poor girl. Even us, they weren't bad assumptions, but we made assumptions about her,
Yeah,
and she
very
probably
much so.
made boatloads of assumptions about us.
until we proved her wrong. We were all very kind to her.
Yeah, and we tipped her well.
Tipped her greatly.
And so it's just that thing is, it's in our everyday lives. And this is one of those things, if we can get this under control, not just in our relationships, but just not in our marriage relationships, but just in every relationship.
Oh, yeah.
This makes a huge, huge difference. For instance, Miranda makes the assumption that everyone hates her every time she talks. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I say something to Miranda, I know I have to be very careful in how I use my words, because her filter is, I've done something wrong and everybody's mad at me, and you want to be
Even if she
frustrated.
just got here.
Yeah, and it's like you just walked in the door, like, but that's those are assumptions that we just have that we run through.
I was thinking in my head a little bit ago when we were talking about my anxious and worrying point of view. It could be like you and I, Miranda, we have a very close relationship, I would think, with daughter-in-law and mother-in-law. We're more like best friends. And we text 9,000 times a day. And if you didn't have the filter or the assumption that me texting you or if we didn't have this about each other, the assumption of we just care, like just in general, I just care about what you're doing, you would feel like, or I could feel like we're hovering.
Yeah.
And it may feel that way as a mother-in-law, daughter-in-law sometimes, but for me,
I feel like you hover
I probably do.
over me. Oh,
I
you're talking
hover
about
you.
Miranda,
Yeah.
yes.
Well,
I don't
but
think so.
No.
I don't mean it to be that. I just genuinely care. But if you don't give me the benefit of the doubt, or this assumption rule, and if you look at it, I hover you, Greg. I know I do. But like, if y'all don't look at it through I really just care that much with my whole heart. If you didn't look at it that way, you could assume like, oh my God, leave me alone.
Yeah, you
Right?
could. Yeah, sure. I think it's like, to put it in practical terms, when there's dishes in the dishwasher or in the sink, I can make the assumption that, hey, you see those that are in there. Why would you not put those in the dishwasher?
Mm-hmm.
I can make the assumption of, hey, there's dishes in the dishwasher to clean. Why would you not unload that dishwasher?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can make that assumption as opposed to saying, hey, do you mind unloading the dishwasher? Or do you mind loading the sink? Or do you mind putting those in the dishwasher? And it may be like well, I did it last time. And that's a whole story for another time of
We've never said that to each other.
of keeping score.
Yeah.
Because there's so much to that.
Yeah. Most of the time for me, I'm like, oh gosh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, let's jump on that. Like, it's never I'm being ugly and I just don't want to help.
Yeah, and we've talked about this, there's only a few assumptions that are just talked about and done here. Like, I assume and know Jess is never going to touch the lawnmower, the weed eater, or the blower.
Right.
Or the hedge trimmers.
Never.
Thank God. And I'm never going to wash clothes.
No.
Unless it's a dire need.
Or I ask you to put something in the dryer just because I forgot
Well, you
before
asked
I
me
left.
to put something in the washing machine. I was like, how do you turn it on?
I gave you step-by-step instructions.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even know where to put the things at. Like, where do I put the
It's
things?
okay. I got you.
And so those are broad general assumptions, but we do that all the time. Like, instead of just voicing those assumptions out loud. And it's just part of our lives. And we're prone to see negative, not positive.
In the world too, not just in our homes or our relationships, like in the world, there are so many negative assumptions made about people on a daily basis. And you see it in the media. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, can we not just remember that we are all people and we're just all trying to live a life?
Yeah. Let's make assumptions and assume the best of someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Yeah,
I mean,
that'd
that's
be
a crazy
wild.
thought.
Well, and I
Right.
remember in one work environment, there was, one of the best ones I've ever worked in. I just remember my boss would always say, like, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to assume the worst.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to assume the worst. If there's an issue, let's talk. We'll communicate. But until something's confirmed that it's a bad situation or worse than what we would think, like, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt and give you a chance to explain, like, talk through it.
Right.
Which makes all the difference in the world. First off, just with nerves in the work environment. I mean, just imagine in a relationship, if you're constantly tiptoeing because you think someone else is always assuming the worst of you, you can live such a more healthier, relaxed life knowing that, hey, we're going to give each other the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, and this, in lots of past episodes, and especially the wife point of view episodes, and when you know what my story is, that is something I will preach, yell, teach, whatever, till I have no breath left in my lungs. Stop looking at everything in such a negative point of view at your husband. Like, when you do that, when you stop looking for everything that's negative, or you stop making a big deal out of things that are just not, it changes everything.
Yeah.
It changes literally everything.
Yeah. There's no one wants to hang out with negative Nancy all the time.
No. Imagine if you did that for each other and you started looking at each other of like, oh, well, like you said, she didn't load the dishwasher this morning, even though I know the dishwasher's empty. Okay, well, no, I didn't. I didn't do it because I'm being mean to you. I just did it. I didn't do it because I didn't think about it. Or, he didn't put his water bottle in the sink. Or it's like just minuscule things that turn into all these really big things are just really not.
Yeah.
Well, it's because we read into them.
Yeah, or you
make
could
them
think,
bigger
well,
than-
because I know, not that you leave your water, we don't have water bottles everywhere in our
I don't
house.
like water.
You have a hard time drinking water.
I do.
But like, for me, if you were that type of man that left water bottles everywhere, I could be like, why are you lazy? Why are you this and that and the other? Or I know that you have a very creative mind. Your mind is always busy and you're always thinking about something or working on something. And that just means, oh, he just sat that down because his brain was already 5 steps ahead on what his next project was about to be. Not because he had a negative thought or I'm just going to leave this here and she can just deal with it. Like it's all about just frame of mind.
Well, and that changes your perspective of that person's character in so many ways.
Oh, yeah.
Because that will start filtering into other aspects of your relationship as well.
It sure will.
You know, if you're sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, he left that cup on the counter because he just thinks it's a woman's job or he just thinks I should take care of it. He thinks he's better than that. Okay, well, that's going to start filtering into everything else.
Everything else.
Now you're, you know, driving to work and thinking of something completely different. And you're like, oh, well, yeah, no, that's right. Because he's just selfish. That's just his own fault. Well, that was all based off of your own assumptions anyway.
Yeah. And like you said, when we first started this episode, like think about whenever you were in love and falling in love and they could do no wrong and all these things that you just loved about them, strong character or super loving or super compassionate or whatever those character traits might have been. Well, later on down the line, if you're not careful and you don't keep that frame of reference where it's at, it could turn to that dark side of what we were just talking about. If you're not careful to remember, no, those are not bad things. It's just two sides of the same coin, really.
I don't love it, but I find it interesting when you have couples who are frustrated and they go, yeah, but he's not the same guy that I married. Well, I hate to tell you, you're not the same woman you married either. Like, this is a choice where you get to choose to love each other in these different seasons. You get to choose to embrace these new things in life. Like, it's just called life. And it has journeys and it has valleys and hills. So, assumptions, man, benefit of the doubt. Yeah, absolutely.
And to add to that, what you were saying, like, oh, well, this person's not the same person. The reality is we're all changing.
Yeah.
And this is what's so crucial to, I don't know if you want to say, like, keep a finger on the pulse in your relationship to understand where you are, to track what you're going through. I'm not going to be the same person 10 years from now that I am today.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, I don't want Jess to be the 21-year-old she was when we first started dating.
I wasn't 21.
I know.
But thank you. But thank you.
No,
Appreciate that.
I'm like, we're different people then. This is like, we're not the same people we are then.
We've lived a lot of life in 14 years. And if you are the same people, that means you haven't matured or grown through or learned anything through what life has dealt you.
Yeah.
Well, and I was talking to someone about this the other day, and we were talking about how people change and, you know, how scary that is. And I was like, it's not that scary when you think about being a couple, because when you get married, you become one. You live life together as one unit. So therefore, when change occurs, you change together.
Well, hopefully.
So that 10 years from now, well, no, that's what you should focus towards. Is to change together. That way, 10 years from now, even though, yes, both of you have changed drastically, you've not changed apart and in separate ways. You have changed down the road of life together so that 10 years from now, you're both still in that same place.
Yeah. So we've talked about reframing. We've talked about assumptions. What's our third one? Do we remember our third rule?
It's the ratios.
Oh, the ratios.
The ratios.
Yeah. So explain that.
Michael?
So, yeah, there's a psychologist, marriage psychologist, Dr. John Gottman, who did some research on healthy relationships, unhealthy relationships, what the difference is. And it wasn't, thanks, John. It wasn't that healthy relationships never had arguments. It wasn't that healthy relationships didn't have negative frictions, like all the things we're talking about. The difference was the ratio of positive interaction versus negative. So say there is a negative friction and it blows up and there's this big ordeal, right? So how many positive interactions do you have compared to that one negative? And what he says is, and it's not that you're trying to mathematically calculate all this out every day, but he says you need to have 5 to 1. For every one negative interaction that you have, you should have 5 positive. And he kind of puts it in this way to say, okay, yeah, you're not calculating, you're not keeping tally, you're not marking scores, you're not doing any of this. But if you notice you have a negative interaction, be the one who initiates the positives. Just do it.
I'll say as an educator, though, I mean, I just thought of this when you were explaining it. This is something that we talk about a lot as educators, because when you have 5 negative interactions with kids, with your students, no matter how old they are, it takes a lot more than one positive to rebuild that in that environment. So imagine how hard it is to work on that in your own home.
And this is one of those things, though, like this is just kind of a gut check feeling. Like, you know, if you've had more positive interactions than negative, you just kind of know. Like, it's not, you don't have to keep score. It's like, no, like you either are or you aren't. Like, you're either focusing on, when you make those assumptions, you focus on the negative, you're going to have 5 negatives to 1 positive because that's just your natural bent. You're going to have to reframe, get rid of some of those assumptions before you can get to this 5 to 1 rule to go, we need more positive interactions before we have the negatives. And so it's just but also too, there's so many factors that go into this as far as, man, somebody may have been sick in the house for, like, say you're sick for the last 6 days and you've just been laid up, or you come from work and you're not
you
doing
and
a
I
whole
both
lot.
have been.
But I'm saying, if I'm just, finished.
Not
And
literal.
I'm finishing,
Sorry.
and I'm doing a lot of things around the house, and I'm doing more. There's a part of me that I could get upset because I'm just frustrated or mad because I'm doing everything here. And so we allow that to be a part of it. And we find our interactions aren't so positive because the circumstances aren't the same.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes there's seasons where one couple works more, one spouse will work more than the other. They have a project coming up. You have to keep all this in mind at the same time of doing life, but let's just be positive. Like, we're never going to go wrong with just lifting each other up and being positive to each other. I think that's, if I can give you to make one assumption, make that assumption in your marriage. Just be positive and lift them up, encourage them, be the biggest cheerleader. But I think, who's going to say no to that? I mean, I'm not.
No. I mean, I remember during my grief journey on the probably second half of it, I was accused of being a silver lining girl, like as if that was negative. And I thought,
Interesting.
yeah, like, you just always see the silver lining. How are you ignoring all this other stuff? I'm like, I'm not ignoring it. I'm dealing with it. I'm carrying it. I'm, working through it. But why would I not want to be a silver lining girl? Why would I not want to try to see the best in every situation? Learned that from my grandmother. Why would I not want to see a positive versus a negative? And so, I mean, there was a long time there where I had to retrain my thinking on my own for myself. It was before I even met you. So I feel like that was a good point of view to bring into our marriage. But in general, you as a person, it doesn't even have to be just because you're married or in your relationship, or you're doing that for your spouse. Do it for yourself.
Yeah.
It will change your outlook on everything. It certainly did mine.
Yeah.
It truly did.
Yeah. 100%. So, anything else to add to the 5 to 1 ratio?
I don't think so.
I would say this.
Okay.
That is a lot easier said than done.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Because some of the things that are obstacles in our way, pride is definitely a big one. Because if you have a negative interaction, typically you have more angst, frustration, things coming on in your heart and your spirit. And it takes everything against our nature to turn to be positive.
right.
It is against your nature to be
Yes.
positive.
It is. And so in that way, it's like anything else. You got to start somewhere. And
Yeah.
if it's hard for you, like if you're listening to this and you're like, man, it's so hard. I just see so many negatives. There's so many things that are creating that tension or that frustration of negativity for me. I would say just pick one thing, even if it's the smallest of things.
Now, can we, I want to put this caveat out there because we talked about it before, but we haven't said this. Like, if you're in a relationship and it's like an abusive relationship, like emotionally abusive or physically abusive, we're not talking about reframing and making assumptions, those
No,
things.
we're not.
That's
Yes.
not it at all.
Yes,
That's a
completely
completely different conversation.
If you're not emotionally or physically safe, this is not a conversation
that's
for you.
a get out and get somewhere safe, period.
Yes.
Hands down. There's no questions around that. So that's not, I don't want you to, if you're listening to this thinking you're in one of those really dysfunctional relationships where you feel like that's normal.
Yeah, there's a
That's
difference
not.
between making excuses versus looking at things in a positive manner. Those are two
Right.
different things.
Yes.
Abuse is not acceptable.
No.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
that does not apply to these.
There's
negative
no reason anyone
tensions.
should be laying hands on anyone else
Yes.
unless it's.
Stop.
Did we
Babe.
really just do the
Yeah,
same
at the same time. I'm sorry. We can't. It's marriage. Can we not talk about marriage
We
stuff?
can,
And
but
by
that was
all
a
means, lay
serious
them
moment.
hands.
Oh my God.
So yeah,
That was
lay
a
some hands on you.
serious moment.
So I want us to make sure though, because I think women tend to want to make excuses, and he loves me.
Well,
he
some
does
men
these
too.
things.
That's less talked about, but yes,
It's true.
mostly it's yes.
But like someone who hits you, that's an
Or is verbally abusive to you,
Yeah.
emotionally abusive to you.
That's
That's, a
a-
different story. That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah,
we're
we're not
not
talking about
making
that at all.
excuses for bad behavior.
no, not at all.
No.
So all those being said,
Yes.
let's unpack. Let's jump into. We're gonna. Now, I agree with you, Michael. This is not a. We talk about things on here. I want you to understand when we talk about things on baggage claim, it's not like we've got this figured out. Go do this 1, 2, 3 thing, and you're done. This is a process. We're in a marathon. We're not sprinting here.
These are things we still struggle with.
Yeah, we're working on. Like
It's
we're
not to
literally
say,
working on this.
Oh, well, we say all this because we're perfect and we do this all the time.
We take our own
No.
advice.
But honestly,
Yes, we do quote
really
each
do.
other to
We
each
do.
other. So
Yes.
We all do.
yes,
Yes.
all the time. So
Yes.
it's like, hey, you need to listen to episode 45.
Remember what
apparently.
you said?
Yeah. So this is a process. So I'm a big proponent of the goals are good, things are good. Don't be too ambitious. Take small steps. Let's do a small step in the right direction, and then let's build on that. But let's start with a small step and go that way. And then when we get to a small step, we'll move next to next from that point on. So reframe. What's a good first step for unpack on a reframe?
I mean, what I mentioned earlier about being a silver lining person, that's not being silly or immature or, have your eyes covered or those kinds of things. It's literally a choice to look for the good. Just a little bit touching on my backstory, when I was in my grief journey, somebody gave me a book, and I've mentioned this before. It's a book by Ann Voskamp, and it's called 1,000 Gifts. And it's literally just her. She had gone through a traumatic experience in her life. And it was just, it was a book with her just literally naming the gifts that she could identify in her life. And she was not at a place where she wanted to do that. And neither was I at that time. But it was simple things like I got to hear a bluebird chirp when I walked outside today. Like very simple things. And they built, and it got to be more of a thing. It was she uses a lot of creative, flowery language here and there, like just beautiful words that are really deep. But it really helped change my point of view to how I looked at things, everything. And so just for my own self, even like way before I met you. And so I think for your own good, and it will trickle into your relationship too, but for your own good, do that for yourself. And it will help you see your whole world in a new way. If you reframe just try to find a silver lining. And you don't have to wait till there's a thunderstorm to do that. Like you can do that just in general. Look for good.
Yeah, don't wait till the wheels fall off. My suggestion is, Lucy just reminded me the other day, she came in with a pack of the little yellow sticky notes, and I would tear them off, and she wanted me to stick them on her.
Yes.
Get you a pack of those little sticky notes. They're, just a couple dollars. And my thing is one thing a day. That's all you got to do. Write something you love about that person that you're living with. It's in the house with you, and just leave it somewhere. Could be on the mirror, could be on the fridge, could be on the stove, wherever it is. Leave that one thing, just one a day. Just put that sticky on there, sticky it, and just walk away. You don't have to. Don't give an excuse. Don't say anything about it.
Yeah.
Just one a day, and just watch out bills. And if it's hard for you to think of one thing that you love about them. Man, then when you get in your car, don't listen to the radio or don't listen to a podcast, and just think about that person.
We were really good at that when we first got married. You would write notes on my mirror in the bathroom, and I would hide notes for you, like in your truck or in your work like your briefcase and things like that.
Yeah.
We were really good at that.
Yeah, we're not as good at that anymore.
We're not.
So that's my unpack, because that small little thing, well, one, it'll help you reframe. You're not seeing the good, you're not seeing the bad, you're seeing the good, and it helps with that 5-to-1 ratio. You're building into the 5, not the 1. And so that's my kind of unpack. It's very simple, very easy, and if you say you don't have time for that, that's BS. Make time for it. It's a marriage. Your marriage is worth it.
It shouldn't require extra time. It just changes the way you think.
Right. Anything else? Anything?
One spin-off of basically what you just said is something that I've seen done before, is basically get a journal. And you journal, and my brother had done this before. It's where I heard it from. And, if he got it, he would write something in the page about his wife, what he loved about her. And then he'd put it on her bedside table. And then when she got it, she would write something. And I mean, it may take a day, it may take a couple days. You write something back, and then you put it on the other person's bedside table. And then it just goes back and forth. And then at the end of the year, whether it be an anniversary, you just get together and you read it. It's a great way to be able to do exactly what you said, but also be able to capture those memories.
Yeah.
Capture those moments.
That's a
Because the
great
reality is hard times coming.
Yeah.
Hard times are coming. Like, crap's going to hit the fan at some point.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're going to forget all those good things.
Yeah, that's so true. So true. Well, I think that's about it. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Baggage Claim, for tonight's episode.
If you've not heard of Baggage Claim,
allowing us to do Baggage Claim. So again, if you've listened this far, like, subscribe, share. Please do all those things. Go to unpacktogether.com. Take that audit. Kind of see where you're at. It's just three areas. It's pretty simple. It's you, the couples, it's us, and then it's family. And it's just those three. It doesn't take long. I think it's 25 questions, 27 questions. 25, 27.
close.
No, I
Yeah,
can't
so it
remember.
just takes a few minutes. Great material. Just gives you a good starting point to know where to work from. It's free, something we want to do to help you. But thank you so much for listening. I hope you come back and join. Please like, share, subscribe, all those fun things.
Tell all your friends.
Yeah, tell all your friends. And anything else? Hey, how about them dogs making the World Series?
What?
Yeah.
Dude, did you see that walk-off homer?
Yes.
Yes.
Or was it walk-off? I don't remember.
Beautiful.
It was
It was
the
something
winning
great,
Mississippi
but
State.
we're moving
beautiful
on
hit.
to the
So,
final round.
the Diamond Dogs are
Diamond
moving.
Dogs.
We're going to the World Series.
For the
That's
first
awesome.
time since
I think it's been a while.
like 20 years
Yeah,
or
it's been a long
something
time.
ridiculous. Our son-in-law said the
Yeah.
other day.
All right, we have to get together and watch that World Series together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right, so
right.
thank you guys. Love you. Go Dogs.
Go dogs.